Hello everybody. I've been probably a little bit absent from the YouTube channel. There's good reason. So we haven't been doing a lot of boat work, although I have some updates on some battery resurrection that I'm going to step through. That's for another video. But the bulk of my time here recently, as you'll see behind me, has been to get our power, there, and you can see we actually have the meter service installed. We have been trying to get this finished since May. We've had permitting, retroactive permitting that we had to go through. Let me see if I can get this thing to turn around. Yeah. So we had to make all the entrance. You can see there's a pretty significant size transformer. I did this underground just to help with weather interruptions. Not all my subscribers are maybe going to know, we do a lot of produce. So we're getting near the end of the season. You can see, some of our tomatoes over here. We're at about 600 plants. We do garlic, we do lettuce, microgreens, a few other things. Lettuce and the microgreens are going to go over in here, and it's kind of ironic because right now Hurricane Fiona is out there heading towards Bermuda. As of today, a Cat 3, I believe, maybe a Cat 4. We get tropical system influence here in North Georgia at the base of the Appalachians, and that's what ultimately led us to putting up this greenhouse. Was that Ida and 3 other storms, I think it was in 2019 2020 time frame, just deluged us with heavy rains, and tomato crops don't like 5 to 6 inch rainfalls, and so we decided to go indoor with some of our growing to control the weather. So I'm getting ready to butt up this panel. Our service, even though the meter is in, this connect is off. The one outside at the bottom of the meter panel on my side is off as well. We ended up having to come in and redo the grounding. So sometimes local county code supersedes some of NEC stuff, but NEC talks about ground bonding and common neutral bonding. So these boxes actually only come with a neutral. For those of you that may know about electricity, these grounding bus bars that are grounded to the cabinet actually are optional. These can be used as sub panels, but this was a main feed, and so in some cases, depending on your local code, they want to still see this ground, even at your service entry point. They want to see this ground isolated, not bonded to neutral. So there's actually a bonding screw that would go in that slot that would bond the box to the neutral side. In our case, they didn't want that, so I had to have the first inspection. When I had all that done, and the inspector made a few calls and said, nope, we want that to be separate. And so we then had to redo it and call them back out. And then they approved us. So now we get to start doing the work in here. And we're going to do hydroponic systems on that side. We're going to probably do ultimately container tomatoes and or cucumbers if we can't do tomatoes year round. We're still having some debate about in the ground through the weed fabric, or do we do containers, or ultimately Beto buckets, which is a form of hydroponics for bigger plants, and it allows you to grow them in buckets that get nutrient water in the media. Our big fans down there will be pulling hot air out in the heat of the summer. So unfortunately for us, taking from May till now, so mid-September, to actually get electric in here has put us about 3/4 of a year behind on our business plan. You can see even at sunset here today, and it's cooled off dramatically. We're starting to get northwest wind from the hurricane being way off the East Coast, and cool air is going to funnel in. Tomorrow's high is only going to be 75 here, I think. Today it was 90 plus. On a 90-degree day with full sun, this needle sits with no ventilation, sits right in here. So 130 to 140 degrees. And so anything that enters insect-wise does not leave, unfortunately. So on the end walls, we'll have louvered, bug screened. These actually roll down. They're great access, but then they will roll down. And so just a little mini tour. More to come as we, as we start to get this kitted out now. And we're going to start tomorrow and get busy.